If you suffer from an aortic valve regurgitation problem, as I do, you may find yourself in a situation where you have to have a aortic valve replacement. This is a how-to give yourself an aortic valve replacement project. At first, you'll have the two pieces that you have to assemble. You want to make sure that the large hole is on the left-hand side at first, and then on the smaller piece, the small hole opposite the larger hole is also on the left. When you slide these two components together, they should lock and it would stand freely. The next step is to use these man-made products to assemble and replace your valve. The first is to insert the red rubber nipple or the valve replacement into and below the larger, coming forward towards the smaller hole. At that point, you can take the larger of the Tinker Toy pieces, the larger, and it goes through on a diagonal and it traverses your valve replacement, extending beyond as such. Next, you'll take this component and insert your smallest or orange one, and you'll want to align the small hole here align it with the angle and the notch in the orange component. From there, the medium-sized dowel will be traversed, and this is when you install your secondary valve replacement. I like to collapse it down a ways. It gives it a little more functionality this way. From here, the blue component will be inserted just opposite the small hole here, and you can extend the larger of the two dowels so that the pieces align as such. Now you're ready to thread and sew this heart back up so that he can continue his normal function. This particular nylon thread can suffer from a little fraying, so the best thing to do is to wrap a small bit of masking tape around the end of it and then trim it tight with a pair of scissors. And that way you can thread it through all the necessary holes fairly easily. Now I'm going to start, as it is on the model here, with the knotted end here at the end of the blue, the medium size. It goes up through this hole here, comes out this way, goes down through the hole in the cookie-shaped component, and at this point you'll want to make sure that you align the notch so that it can stay in its right location. The orientation is quite critical for this operation so that the valves will operate properly. It goes on the same side, back down like this. We're going to come back through and finish by completing it in the end of the notched secondary valve replacement. Now, once you've determined that the threading is tight and tidy, you can pull it a little tighter if you like, and you would tie a simple knot in the end of this nylon cord, slide it down, tidy to there, and snip off the excess. Like this. Now to finish the task, these 5 indicator stars have a hole pre-drilled in the center. So the easiest way to install them is to simply notch with a razor blade or a pair of scissors 1 centimeter into the center circle so that you can thread it on or slide it right into position. there it opens up so readily this way that the surgeon can simply install prior to closing up the heart. And I like to install them at every juncture between the holes of the heart. And there you have your completed aortic valve replacement.